Yo, what's up guys? In today's video I got some more Chicago Bulls rumors. Also, thank you guys for all the support on the channel recently. It's been doing great, especially my last video. Definitely check out that video if you missed it. You know, it's Patrick Williams running like 5v5s with NBA players, and after watching those highlights and doing a lot of research on this kid, I'm just really happy with the Bulls' number 4 overall draft pick now. Definitely check out that video if you missed it. But yeah, let's just jump right into today's video because there's been a lot of rumors going around. And the first rumor I want to talk about is it's looking like the Chicago Bulls are pursuing a Spencer Dinwiddie trade. And I'm going to be honest, I'm all for this. You know, the Bulls, there's been a lot of rumors about us like seeking and like targeting a veteran guard to help out our young roster. You know, it looks like Arcidiacono is still trying to trade for or sign a point guard. You know, a good veteran to help out the Bulls roster. You know, Spencer has spent like the past few weeks working out with the Chicago Bulls number 4 overall draft pick Patrick Williams. Definitely check out my last video if you missed it. You know, Spencer was playing with Patrick Williams and a bunch of other NBA players were running 5s with him. And it was just cool to see Patrick, you know, showing his skills out there. And like Spencer was pretty much feeding a rookie the ball. So that video was definitely fun to make and just very interesting. Definitely check out that video. You know, I loved Spencer even like when we had him back in 2016. I still can't believe the Bulls cut him to like keep RJ Hunter back in the day. I mean, the Bulls didn't need more shooting, but either way, the Bulls pretty much chose like Michael Carter Williams and like Jerian Grant over Spencer, and then we cut him in 2016. So I don't know if he'd want to come back. I mean, either way, it'd have to be a trade with the Brooklyn Nets. I've been seeing they've been like testing out the waters on Spencer, trying to get like a star or like I'd say quality role players in return and like draft picks and such. You know, so there's been a lot of rumors about the Bulls being really interested in Spencer. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls did make a trade for him or any other like veteran guard out there on the market. You know, I expect the Bulls to be done. I mean, I could still like see us cut Felicio and make like a mini trade and like sign like just a cheap, solid like veteran like JJ Barea or someone like that. But either way, this rumor is definitely interesting. And like I said, definitely check out my last video. Spencer and like Patrick Williams and a bunch of other NBA players are playing together. And I guess a fan asked, like a Bulls fan asked Spencer on Twitter, you know, how was it playing with Patrick Williams and like what's your opinion on him as a player? And Spencer replied with saying he has no ceiling. You know, after watching all those highlights of like Patrick Williams balling out, I'm really high on him. I mean, obviously his draft stock flew up the charts this draft. That's why he went to 4. And reportedly, like during the draft, the Pistons and Knicks were like trying to trade with the Bulls for the number 4th pick to like trade up and then draft Patrick Williams. So I know a lot of people, even myself, said this was a reach, which I still kind of do see it as. But I mean, it does help out that other teams are trying to trade up and draft him as well. You know, I'm super high on this kid. I mean, he's like the second youngest like NBA player, or like, yeah, I guess NBA player now. But he was like the second youngest draft prospect in the draft. You know, I'm pretty sure he just turned 19 in August, and that's just crazy to think of. You know, he's pretty solid at everything. If you watch my last video, you could see that he was a former point guard in high school, and the Bulls kept asking him like if he was a point guard, if he feels like comfortable handling the ball and such. And in that video, he was a great point guard. You know, his handling is great. His shot was looking nice. His post game was improving. He had a nice fadeaway. His jumper was looking smooth. He has a nice little floater. And I was watching all of his like highlights at Florida State, and it looks like he just recently added all this to his game. You know, even on Florida State, I saw like he was a freshman to start the season. He only averaged like 8 or some points, and then like at the end of the season, all his stats got better. And that's really good to see because most like college prospects, you know, they start out the season hot or playing decent or whatever, and then they fall off. You know, teams learn how to guard them and such. But it shows a lot that Patrick Williams got better throughout his freshman season in college. And I'm sure, you know, if March Madness didn't get canceled or whatever, Patrick Williams' stock would have even like kept skyrocketing even more. So I'm happy with the 4th pick. The Bulls got a steal. Even Spencer said we got a steal, and he has no ceiling. I'm definitely really happy with this pick the more I watch highlights. You know, hear about former teammates and former like head coaches talk about him. They say like nothing but positivity and good things about him. You know, he's the first one in the gym and then the last one to leave. I'm really happy with that pick. But back on the Spencer topic, I don't see the Bulls trading for him. I'm going to be honest. I'm sure the Bulls are interested in him and a lot of other veteran guards. I'm not sure what like a potential trade package would be with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm sure they would want Zach LaVine back in return unless they do trade for James Harden. I mean, I know KD was talking earlier this offseason saying that Zach LaVine's a star, you know, he'd love to play with him and such. So I just don't see it happening. I mean, I'd definitely give them like Thaddeus and like a future pick to get Spencer in return, or like Sato and a future pick, but I doubt it, honestly. Definitely leave any comments or questions about that below. Also, check out my last video about Patrick Williams balling out in like a 5v5s and such. And the next topic I want to talk about in today's video, you know, there's some rumors about the Bulls, you know, being interested in Justin Holiday. You know, he was a former Chicago Bulls player. You know, he was solid with the Bulls, nothing crazy, just a good 3-and-D type player. You know, I'm going to be honest, I'm not that high on him. I didn't want him, you know, to come to the Bulls. Thankfully, he re-signed with the Pacers. But I guess, you know, Pacers three-point shooting guard Justin Holiday did speak with us, the Nets and the Knicks and the Pacers, of course, in free agency. And before the Bulls signed Garrett Temple, I guess we were really trying to sign Justin Holiday, but he got kind of overpaid in Indiana. You know, I'm happy we didn't sign him, I'm going to be honest. His shooting has just kind of went downhill at like these past few seasons. He's just really inconsistent with his shooting. Like I said, he's a solid 3-and-D type player, but I'm more happy with the Garrett Temple signing, especially because Justin Holiday, I think he signed like a 3-year, $18 million deal with the Pacers, and we got Garrett Temple on like a 1-year deal, so the Bulls have max cap space next offseason, and that's the goal. You know, it's looking like the Bulls' new front office and Billy Donovan are just adding like a few young, rookies, of course, and like maybe 1 or 2 more cheap veterans, I guess, if they could, or like trade Felicio or whatever. They're just trying to run the same roster back next year, you know, with a better head coach, aka Billy Donovan, and see what he can do with our young roster, because our roster is talented. We have like a good amount of veterans to help out our young guys. I believe we should at least be competing for a playoff seed. You know, last season was a huge disappointment. Markkanen wasn't happy. LaVine wasn't happy. You know, the injuries didn't help. There was just a lot of things that happened last year, especially with Jim Boylen. You know, I've been happy with this offseason so far. I'm really happy with the Patrick Williams draft pick, our second-round draft pick I'm happy with, and the undrafted point guard we signed. I'm really happy with everything Arcidiacono has done so far this offseason. If any other news or rumors or updates come out, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Like I said, definitely leave any comments or questions below about today's video, and also about the Bulls, you know, trying to trade for Spencer or targeting a different veteran guard. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Check out my last one of Patrick Williams, you know, destroying NBA players in like 5v5 open runs. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.